Long ago, nestled between two rivers and hidden by thick baobab trees, there was a village so vibrant that birds sang in its dialect. The elders told stories that bent time, and the children danced in rhythms older than drums. The colors of the village were rich and saturated. The deep greens of the river, the warm yellows of the sunlight. But one morning, something strange happened. No one could remember the village's name. It wasn't lost in a book or stolen by wind. It simply vanished from memory. The signpost at the entrance was blank. The songs no longer mentioned it. Even the oldest grandmother, Mama Deka, who remembered the day the first hut was built, could only whisper, it was something beautiful. Confusion and a terrible quiet spread. The vibrant colors of the village began to fade to muted browns and grays. Traders stopped coming. Letters arrived with no destination. When villagers tried to speak their hearts, their words felt stuck in their throats, coming out as frightened whispers. Worse, without the sacred name, their traditional prayers for rain felt empty and disjointed. The community worried that they had lost the identity through which God knew them, the very blessing bestowed upon them in their founding. They felt separated from His grace, fearing that their petitions could not be properly received. The crops began to wither, and the river seemed to shrink. The village, once proud and known, became a place of shadows and dusty silence. Then, one day, a young girl named Lina, whose father had been the village's lead drummer, stood in the center of the village square. She had been tracing the forgotten rhythm on her father's drum. She asked, her voice steady, "What if our name isn't lost? What if it's waiting to be remembered?" She gathered the elders, the weavers, the drummers, and the dreamers. Lina didn't ask them to remember the name. She asked them to remember the soul. "We've been trying to remember the shell," she declared. "Now let us remember the ocean inside it." Together, they told stories not of what the name was, but of who they were. They spoke of the river that fed their crops, the songs that healed their hearts, the prayers that rose like smoke. The weavers brought out patterns from the time of the first huts. The drummers softly repeated the rhythms of the founding dances. And slowly, something stirred. A bird sang a melody no one had heard in years. A child drew a symbol in the dust that matched an old carving on Mama Deka's stool. The wind didn't just whisper. It roared a single, powerful word into the sudden stillness that had held them captive. Nambala. Mama Deka's eyes, long dimmed by age, suddenly focused. Her breath caught. "That was it. That was our name," she cried. But it wasn't just a name. It meant the place where rivers meet the sky. It was our blessing. The village erupted in overwhelming joy. The muted colors instantly snapped back to vibrant life. Drums thundered a rhythm older than memory. Children ran to repaint the signpost. Traders returned, drawn by the sudden, joyous sound. And from that day on, the village never forgot again, because they remembered not just a name, but the profound soul and blessing behind it.